But my relationship better be a healthy balance of redhead Pac-Man and ABCs on that bean.
Would benefit that man talking to you when you just gonna take, give a man nothing, do nothing for a man.
Save money being single, and women save money being in a relationship.
Bitches get money, all of that. We know this.
If you don't have enough money, don't date. They're not talking about themselves. They're talking about men. For most of y'all, that means committing to bills.
You tried to make her a part of your life where you were still growing into the man you were supposed to be.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. All right, now you guys know what's going on nowadays. Men have saw or they've seen women's true colors. They've been exposed. I mean, think about it. They want, conniving, backstabbing, always looking for a get back. It's wild. It's like a man has no freedom. You know, you have the situation where when you're with a woman, you're just throwing money away. So guys have seen it all. The benefit is for them to be with us, but then act like they don't want us. They have you at the beck and call, and men are getting tired of it. Now, this is the way most relationships should be.
That is how the bed should be when you wake up, okay? You should be getting that redhead Pac-Man before your eyes even open. There should be no alarm clocks going on, okay? I do not understand why I'm reading my comments and guys are like, that would scare me when I wake up. No. Excuse me. I'm not going to be sleeping with these on, okay? Because I'm supposed to be your midnight snack. And I'm supposed to wake you up the right way. That is how a relationship should be. I don't know where this relationship thing came up where that's not what we do. But my relationship better be a healthy balance of redhead Pac-Man and ABCs on that bean.
You know, this lady here, she's right. You know, you should have a healthy sexual relationship with somebody you love, not just blowing money, right? You don't want a lady you're just taking out all the time and looking at you as a way of escape. To escape what? Paying bills. Like a lot of guys looking to get a lady who's not broke. They don't care what she does. They just want her to do something. Why? So they don't bump into kicking money out unnecessarily. Let me get into the next one. Now, this is why these brothers are laughing. This lady had a nerve. Let me show you this really quickly. This was the same comments, right? This was down in the comments. This is from a lady, of course. Yo, spelled yo wrong, but they are catching on. Ladies, remember to add his friends next time. So that's the game. That's old news. That's been the game. Make sure you add his friends so he can't tell, right? Take a look at what this lady says. Same comments. Every time when I post him, I make sure that it's him, his friends, cousin, who can see that status. You might as well know his mama too. Add his entire family, right? But this is what they're doing. So you got a girl, you think she's all about me. You never know. And these, how old were those guys there? Young, right? That's why they're laughing at him. But I don't understand why they're laughing, because it's like, how is he gonna find out? What is she gonna be following his dad too? I mean, if the dad is following, she'll send it to the dad too. Like no matter what, she'll make sure. Okay, she'll probably have a list set. His family, tag them on that list. Boom, make sure they all see it. So they're the only ones seeing it. It's wild. And then a guy's creating a extra Facebook just to check and make sure. Like that's what you got to do nowadays. A private eye investigation. It's wild.
You know how y'all get y'all ass on this bitch talking about relationship with me and it. We save money being single. Y'all save money being in a relationship because the man be paying for everything. That's how y'all be wanting. So what the would it benefit that man talking to you? When you just gonna take, because half of y'all ass feel like y'all don't supposed to give a man nothing, give a man nothing, do nothing for a man. You feel like he's supposed to do for you because you a princess. Your own mother don't treat you like a princess, but you want this man to treat you like a princess. Come on now, be fair now. You ain't gonna want your son doing. You ain't gonna want your son just catering to a woman and he get nothing back. You see your son pouring into somebody, and they giving nothing back to your son.
Those days are over.
How the that make you feel? So you shouldn't be out here trying to do that shit, no man. Don't be out here doing that, bro. With your wig slipping wearing that.
That's wild. But you know what's funny? Look where he's at right now. Look where he's at. That guy is by himself at work. So what is he doing? He probably is avoiding relationships. And while he's avoiding relationships, he's stacking money. That's what guys are doing. It's a lot of it is no hate. It's simply for reasons like that. Men are saying, why deal with it? I might as well wait till I get to king stage. When I hit my 30s or 40s, then deal with women. When I have good retirement investment set up, I'm invested in the stock market for so many years, I got bread to play with now. Then it makes sense. You know, while guys are that young, it doesn't.
How long would you wait until you moved on?
Realistically, like 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Oh, yeah, she already got her somebody.
I feel like you wouldn't get hard to get over. You know what I mean?
She don't like you. She just here for a good time, not a long time.
2 weeks.
Well, yeah, like, I'm not gonna get stuck paying your hospital bill. Are you kidding me? And who's gonna support me financially? Myself?
She needs to exit immediately. What are you waiting for? That's one of the biggest red flags I've seen.
Hospital bill?
Is that a joke?
You don't have to pay that.
Okay, well, if you're not gonna be here, who's gonna support me financially? I need to hurry up and run and, like, find the next one.
She for the streets. You need to throw her ass in a wall and let them take their turn.
Tinder's already downloaded on my phone now that you just said that. Like, I'm just preparing.
This has to be a joke.
Are you serious?
Don't grab my like that.
Girl,
2 weeks is good, right?
It was hypothetical if I was in a coma. So now you're saying I'm going to be in a coma? What are you going to do to me?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I have to
No, what are you
prepare
gonna
for the
do to me?
worst. I have to put myself first, so you're going to get mad at that. To take care of myself. You don't
Oh,
want
she's
another
not-
man to, like,
she's not
help
joking.
me.
Why is this conversation still going on?
Yeah.
Run.
Drop her ass off on the corner and let her get to work.
Oh my gosh. 2 weeks is diabolical. That's just
I feel like you're,
wrong.
Bro, leave her ASAP. That's a situation. He doesn't even need to explain anything. The look in his face, I can tell it was real because you don't fake the look like that let down look. He's like, that's a man let down. That's the look he has on his face. Like a child, he saw a deer, like a deer in the headlights. Shocked. Because when you're young like that, I learned at that age and younger, you can't trust any love out there with a lot of these women to be real. Come on now. You thinking about yourself that much? Most of them do. I'm not trying to make you guys scared or worry, but you should be a little bit worried. When you're with someone, you got to make sure when she posts you post it. You got to make sure things like this. You wouldn't leave me right away if I passed. Like that would be something to ask, right? Like, okay, I saw this on social media. Let me ask that to my girl, see what she says. And then she could be lying. Oh, baby, you know, I'll wait around forever. I'm never gonna be with someone else again. You're taking a chance. That's why I love her, my wife. I know she's gonna be heartbroken. Together for 9 years. And if she is not, I wouldn't know. She's a damn good liar. At least lie. No, don't lie. Don't lie. Be real with me. Guys want the truth.
My boyfriend of 2 years slept with my best friend. I caught them, and my boyfriend only said sorry and that men are polygamous in nature. Men are polygamous in nature. I checked out of that relationship emotionally, but not without my revenge. I always thought his dad was hot. I seduced his dad and I slept with him. Made sure my boyfriend saw us. And when he confronted me, I only said sorry. You know, women are H in nature. Now the dad who happens to be single is crazy about me. I win.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh my God, she ate. She ate.
Huh?
You see what she just said? Even a lady that's reading the comments said she ate. This is nationally, internationally accepted. Being a 304. She's most likely a 304 as well. The lady reading the comments. She ate. She ate. It's wild out here. It's Sodom and Gomorrah everywhere you go. Like you get with a woman, you just don't know. Seriously. You're like rolling the dice. It's like you're in Vegas. Let me roll the dice. Let me see if I can hit craps. Or you're paying CeeLo on the street corner. You gotta have the Glock 9, right? You never know what could happen. That's how it is dating most modern women nowadays. You never know what can go down.
So I slept with his dad. Let's talk about it. Okay, so it didn't exactly go down like that, so let me explain. My boyfriend and I were like best friends growing up. So my parents found each other in college. They were like college sweethearts, and my dad had this best friend who he like grew up with, and so they all became best friends. And my boyfriend's dad had a one-night stand, and that is how my boyfriend was produced. Okay, are you with me? So he and I are just a couple months apart, and when my parents moved into this house, my boyfriend's dad moved into the house right across the street. So it was like almost destined that we were going to be together because we were like childhood sweethearts, best friends. We finally like got together in high school, blah, blah, blah. Tale as old as time. My boyfriend's dad never remarried. That's just something for later. So it's around spring break, and I was coming home early for something, and he was still at the dorms, and I was going to surprise him. I surprised him all right. Because when I opened the door to his dorm, I walked on him having sex with another girl. Obviously, I'm like, what the f are you doing? I'm freaking out. The girl's like, I'm so sorry. He's been after me like all semester. I had no idea he had a girlfriend. And we immediately break up. Now, this is tricky because I don't know if I should tell my parents because I'm like, they're going to hate him. And I don't want his dad to be upset with him because him and his dad already kind of have like this strained relationship. I'm a few weeks shy of graduating from high school, and the college that I chose is the college that he goes to. It wasn't the only reason, but I knew if I told my parents this, they would push me to go to the one that's closer to home. And I was right, because not too shortly after I had told them about the breakup and they kind of saw that like we were not getting back together, like Taylor Swift, we're never getting back together, they started pushing me to go to the college that my mom worked at. So we kind of got into this big fight where I yelled at them, and then they were like, all right, well, we're going to be right back. Like, just take some time to think about it. And then they got into a horrible car accident that night. They ended up passing away. It was horrible. I had to graduate high school without them. I had to start the summer, before my college year without them. It was really hard. During all this time, the person that I can count on the most is my ex-boyfriend's dad, because he was their best friend and he was like somebody I knew growing up, and I feel like I can't go to my ex-boyfriend because of everything that went.
Why did you betray the trust? Seriously. Like, so a man has you as his girl, he has to be like, dad. Looking at his dad, see if his dad is looking. Because, like, how do you not introduce? It's crazy. You can't bring him around your dad. You meet him. Yeah, can I meet your parents? No. Isn't that crazy? You will want to introduce him to your mother and father. Oh, how's your mother and father? No, they're right. They're right. You can't, because they're looking to celebrate it. The last lady, she ate. It's internationally accepted. Can't even trust her to be around your dad. Let's hear it. She tells more, gets worse.
And the dad was like, you shouldn't be alone right now. Like, why don't you move in with us? Because I was supposed to start an internship with my dad and him that summer. And he was like, we'll just ride to work together. It'll be fine. It'll be good for you. And call it trauma bond, call it now daddy issues, but he's starting to look real good to me. Like, this man who I've known my whole life, he is starting to just look so fine. So because we now live together and work together, I just feel like the lines are starting to get blurred a little bit between the both of us.
Oh, very you.
And then one night where I know he's having a particularly hard night.
I gotta stop really quickly because you know what's happened? She's thinking fantasies in her head. As she said, he's looking hot now. She's been thinking about him the whole time. And she's thinking about get back. She's so spiteful. She's still thinking. Looked at him one day and said, I'm going to get him back. I'm going to bang him. I'm going to make him scream my name. Girls are perverted. Just like guys. Let's keep it going.
We're in there talking. I'm comforting him. And it went from comforting him to kissing him. I put my mouth on his mouth.
Yeah, you should do something.
He pushed me away immediately. He was like, this cannot happen. What are you doing? I'm like, don't you feel this too? He's like, no, absolutely not. That could never happen again. But it did in fact happen again.
She pushed for it. 3 or 4.
To understand that men play chess and women play checkers, so that they have a completely different line of thinking than women do. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really used to like understand what he was talking about, but as I got older I did, and especially the last couple of years, I see in real time every day men creating circumstances for things that women don't see, whether it be positive or negative. And men are meant to do that, he said, because they are the leaders in the home, so they're supposed to create the circumstances for their family's success, and they do that by chess. And it happens completely unbeknownst to women because we just don't think in that way, and that's a good thing. Like, they have a very a strong ability to compartmentalize and so that they can keep going in difficult situations and hardships that chisel them rather than cripple women, right?
As she said, that's how men are built. Hardships chisel us. So now men are thinking, okay, being alone is not bad. What is that? A hardship. That's what men have figured out. Said, wait a minute, this is just a hardship. What is it doing? What is that? Especially if a man says, I'm going to be alone and I'm not going to whack it off, right? Then what are you doing? And what did the ancient men do? And like Rome and all those places, abstinence, not beating it off. And if you're going to do that, go to a girl, but still, maybe get a 3 or 4. But a lot of men aren't doing that. A lot of men are saying, I need to maintain my seed. It does wonders. And focus on something and put all my energy into that. And that's what a lot of men would rather do than blow money.
Today that blew my mind. Someone said men save money being single and women save money being in a relationship. Tell me that's not deep.
Women starting to catch on. They starting to catch on.
Don't put no nigga at his lowest. Leave that po ass bitch. And I second that fucking motion, bitch. And make sure you kick his ass while he down too.
You see this, young man? You know what's crazy about this? A lot of times, it be the woman that you're with that causes you to find yourself at your lowest point of your life.
Mm-hmm.
This happens because you tried to make her a part of your life where you were still growing into the man you were supposed to be.
Real talk.
And now she has entered your life and slowed down your maturation. Now you're just a fraction of the man that you should be, trying to take on the responsibility of a man who have reached his pinnacle. So try your best to make sure you reach your full potential before taking on a woman into your life. Because what this young lady said right here.
Someone said men save money being single and women save money being in a relationship.
Is the truest shit that anyone will ever tell you. Stack your paper.
It's so true. Man, I'll tell you it's so true. Because nowadays, these ladies don't care. They don't. You see how easily they'll look at your father and go, I'm going to get him. He did me wrong. I'm going to bang his pops. And they just being young men. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying with them cheating is right. Right? Of course, you shouldn't be cheating, but still, you that spiteful? You're gonna bang my dad, the guy that gave birth to me? Like, what are you thinking? But most ladies love this. They already have fantasies. This is a fantasy for a lot of them. They go, okay, you did that. I was already thinking about your dad. I'm telling you, at some point when she was with him, she's thinking, I wonder what that's like. I wonder what that do. And they already have in their heads, okay, older men probably can get it on better than younger guys because of the experience. Then boom, voila. They present the opportunity and then it happens.
Found information, but you know what I'm saying? It was just never phrased this way. So like now that we looking at it, we reading it, we like, you know what? You right. You know what I'm saying? But we've been knew this. This is like MOB and bitches get money, all of that. We know this. So that right there is the cheat code. So as long as you know that, you shouldn't get played. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why the women are so pressed for you to provide. Because life is kicking their ass. They tired of spending their money on life. They just want to spend the money on the shit they want. So, you know what I'm saying? You get them in there, they gonna be able to save up and be able to run up a bag. And then they gonna leave your ass. There's a saying that says, men are in love and women are in business. Women want resources, they want cash, they want kids, tangibles. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about no love. So don't be fooled out here.
It's so real. And when I think about it, right? When I think about it all, even in the Bible, it says for a man to love the woman. It doesn't say for the woman to love the man. And I go, why is that? Because I guess the man upstairs knew. He knew things would be like this. He wrote the end times. He had the end times in mind when it was back in the Babylonian days. Talking about thousands of years ago. He told what was going to happen now. He said that the woman will be this way now. So now it's to a point where men have to say, you know what? I need to do for myself. Not being stingy. See, that's the wild thing. It's not all about being stingy, because to be stingy, I mean, you got a family, of course. Do that, right? Help out your family. Focus on other things. But as he said, he brought it back to rap. And that was the biggest lesson so many guys could have learned. Putting on a rap song. I don't suggest anybody does that. I don't listen to rap, but I grew up listening to rap. And that's what I focused on when he said MOB, get money, get money, get money. You know, you got songs like that back in the 90s. That I grew up in that era. So everything that was on the radio was all about, they kind of like led the red pill, right? And made us the way we are. So I grew up that way naturally, thinking like that, right? Naturally, not being a blue pill, because it was already in me. And you got to think like that. And get money. And then get to a point where you hit around 30 years old and say, you know what? I'm going to travel over here and travel to a different part of the world and live your life. That's what it's all about. Living your life. Being free. So, yeah, yes, young man or old man. Well, because I know it's many different people watching. Do what you need to do for yourself.
Couldn't agree more. I feel like this is gonna like crack the brain of some women. When women are in relationships, most of the time, they save money. When men are single, they save money. So when women get online and say stuff like, if you don't have enough money, don't date, they're not talking about themselves. They're talking about men. Because one of the biggest perks of being in a relationship with a man, from the perspective of a woman, is that she doesn't have to spend as much money on life. So when y'all get on here asking questions that sound crazy to men, like, why is he so afraid to commit? Baby, for most of y'all, that means committing to bills, extra bills, that don't benefit me in any way, shape, or form. I'm just doing this because I love you and I know you want me to do it. It's kind of like women and giving head. Very few of you do it for the love of the game, right? Remember that, because I feel like there's women mindlessly walking around never seeing anything from a male perspective, and they can't grasp that concept. Like, He is spending more money on you than you ever spent on him. Ever. Ever. Like, you will never, if you have, especially, like, I'll take myself, for example. There is not I'm married now. Well, when I was dating, there's not a woman on earth who could say, like, oh, John, I had to spend so much money in a relationship. Yo, I can get in front of all my followers and say, I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where a woman was paying for anything, ever. Ever. Like, you go out to eat, who the fuck going 50-50? I'd be embarrassed if a woman reached for a bill. I know I preach the 50-50 shit, but I be talking about when we're doing life. Like, she want to pick out apartments. Okay, I hope you willing to contribute. But like, dating, going out to eat, hanging out, who asking who for money? Yo, do women not understand that?
That's deep. That's so deep because I felt the same way all my life. But you know what makes it a problem? Because you could be in a relationship with somebody, right? And also, that's why a lot of men are avoiding relationships. But what happened to me is you'll have ladies looking at what their friends are doing, right? Looking at what their boyfriends bought their friend, and their boyfriend may have got a friend that new bag, and you trying to save a bag. You don't want to get a new bag, or the guy probably can afford Prada. Maybe he's a drug dealer or something like that. You know, being in the hood, and you get that pressure put on you. Right. That's why you see a lot of girls in the hood. Oh, I like scammers. I like drug dealers. Because they want that life. They feel like, okay, that man could spend that kind of money on me. A scammer, he can spend that kind of money on me to the fullest extent. I don't care about nothing. You go to jail. Oh yeah, you on to the next one. That's why guys that do crimes like that, it's like, what are you doing, bro? You doing that for women? That's what it's mostly for. Yeah, you want to live the fast life, but it's mostly to live the fast life and for the ladies. And I'd rather be at home. But still, that's why a lot of guys are saying, I'd rather be single.
Oh, absolutely.
Than kicking out an extra bill for kicking out another bill or another mouth to feed, a grown mouth to feed, who doesn't understand saving money. That's a wild thing is a lot of times they're not responsible. But yeah, it's just like that. And most women say it clearly now and they hate it. But thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.
I can see clearly.